didn't really think I'd be this sad end up my cross-country season, because if you ask me, like, even the start of freshman year, I still wanted to play football. My parents made me do it, and I was just like, well, I like the guys. All right, anyways, I wanted to start the speech off by recalling a conversation I had with Coach Dirks in September. A couple days before first to the finish, we were sitting in his room discussing my race plan before the up-and-coming meet, and he was telling me to be in position by mile 2 because, and I quote, nothing much changes between the second and third mile of that Wilder. All I can say, I've never been so glad that Coach was wrong. That being said, this journey started a lot longer than just last year or even 4 years ago. This really started the summer going into 6th grade. Me and one of my best friends, Jake, showed up on the first day of summer running and met some of the other kids that were going into 6th grade. And we came to the agreement that these Ira Jones kids were weird. Still, we kept showing up because even though they were weird, they happened to be a lot of fun. So every day we'd go on a little jog, stop at maximum every quarter mile, and sit on the benches or play on the workout machines at Commissioners. The following middle school years, I continued running summer running and going to DNA Run Club with the guys until finally we were all in high school together. By this point, we had already spent multiple summers together and seen each other a good amount of times during the school year, so we were already pretty good friends. Over the 7 years I've been running with these guys, we have spent so much time together, pushed through the hardest of workouts, ran on the coldest of winter days, and shared so many memories along the way. I'd be wrong to call these guys I grew up with anything else other than my brothers. Now I want to thank and recognize a lot of people for helping me along my journey. I want to thank Marley for being my amazing Sunday run partner during the summer and track season. I have to thank AC for pulling me along all these years, getting us to go faster and longer on runs, even though we hated it in the moment. Aiden K was actually the first guy I met on the team all the way back before elementary school. He was on my rec soccer team. He's also my go-to guy to talk about my race plan with, and we sit through all of English class watching race videos, all the good. So like today, we were like, today I was like thinking about telling him, but we were like just seeing how good we could do in the DNR at Nike Outdoor Nationals, and we're like, I don't know, we did it the entire class. Ben has been one of my best friends through all of elementary school, and has always been someone I could keep it light with. Dylan has been in my workout group for just about every single workout I can remember. And although he might not know what the workout is until after I explain it to him, after the first rep is already over, he always goes with it and has pulled me through the hardest of workouts with him. Gavin is the guy that makes the run go by. He's the conversation starter that will make a 60-minute run feel like 15. He's also one of the guys that's always out there cheering his teammates on. James. James has become one of my best friends over the past 4 years. He's one of the funniest guys I know. I've gone on countless adventures with him, spent countless hours of video games with him, and shared so many funny memories. I was going to come up here and tell you about the time we convinced them that there was a demon that was going to follow him home, like a month ago. That's like a really long story. Jake is the guy that I started it all with. We started hanging out at cross-country and track meets because both of our brothers ran together. Back in those days, we'd play football and talk about how we're going to be sprinters. The world happened to have other plans. Liam, he's gone from being my mortal enemy on Fortnite before I met him in person to becoming one of my best friends over the years, and the guy I love competing with the most. Sean is probably the politest person I've ever met. He's the guy when I stand behind him in line for something, I feel like I'm going to sound like a jerk. We can both say the exact same thing, and I just think to myself, why did it sound so much nicer when he said it? That being said, I'm still mad I only get to be on the team with him for half of the year, because one of my best friends and one of the most supportive guys on the team. Thomas, to put it simply, is one of the best guys I know. I could go on and on about how awesome he is, and I make a lot of jokes about him in class, but he really is the best. I have to give him an absolutely massive shout out right now, though, for getting me through not one, but 2 separate honor science classes. He's pulled me from the depths. Next, I'd like to thank the coaches. Coach Axel, thank you for being a calm in the middle of the chaos that is cross-country, reminding me to do the simple things like taking a breath. Coach Roxy, thank you for being the energy that gets things going every single day and always having something positive to say when we need it. Coach Sam, thank you for not just being a coach, but also a friend who I could talk to about Pokemon or anything stupid I had in my mind. Coach Dirks, I grew up with a brother on the team, so I heard a multitude of great things about you from my entire family. So I came to this team with massive expectations for my experience with you as a coach. And these expectations were not only met, but completely exceeded, especially over this past season when I truly bought in the most. Finally, I want to thank my family. First, I want to thank my brother for setting me on the track to do cross country and setting the bar for me. Next, I want to thank my mom for being my biggest supporter and absolute loudest cheer at my meets. Just recently at NXI, I ran a little too close to you, and I think you threw me a little off balance. Last, but definitely not least, I want to thank my dad. This guy used to say he had bad knees so he couldn't run, and since then he has run 3 marathons and a 50K. But in all seriousness, there are not enough words for me to express how much I have appreciated sharing this journey with him. My dad has gotten yelled at on multiple occasions for pacing during my races. The most prominent was him tumbling down the hill at Shanahan with me yelling every step of the way. I think this pretty much sums up the type of dad he is. Finally, a piece of advice for people lucky enough to have any amount of time left with this program. Take absolutely nothing you have here for granted. In my last race, I wanted whoever saw me to see me smile. I wanted to show everyone that there wasn't anywhere else I'd rather be than racing with my team.